Hello and welcome to Draft 1 of Day 2 of the Arena Open. This is Draft 1. So what does that mean? Draft 1 means that we need to go 3-1 or 4-0 to make it into draft number 2. Okay, so this is kind of the first weeding out process. So again, we do a draft where it's best 2 out of 3, and if we go 3-1 or 4-0, we make it into the second draft. Once we make it into the second draft, then we need to go 4-0, and we make $2,000. If we go 4-0 in the first pod, we are given a loss to give, and what that means is, if we're 4-0 in the first pod, we can go 4-1 in the second draft. If we're 3-1 in the first pod, you do not have a loss to give in the second draft, and you need to go 4-0 to make $2,000. So we're going to hop into this draft here. It takes a little bit to fill up. I think it needs 32 people to fill up, but we're going to get this to fill up and hope this goes well. So ideally we go 4-0 in this one just so we have a little breathing room. In the Murders at Karlov Manor version of this, we went 4-0 in the first pod and then went 4-1 to make $2,000. So that loss to give is absolutely huge. Now, before this draft fires, I did want to say, if you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support this channel in another way, the best way to do so is my Patreon. The link to the Patreon is in the description below. Shout out to all the current patrons. Thank you so much for your support, as it allows me to continue making this content. Access to subscribing to the Patreon does give you access to the Discord channel, which I think will provide you a lot of value, as there are tons of limited discussions going on there every single day. What's the pick? Here are some pictures of trophy decks. How should I build my seal deck? All kinds of stuff is available if you join the Discord. All right, let's wait for this to fill up and hope we can open Bristly Bill. Bristly Bill, I'll take a Bristly Bill. All right, ready up. Here we go. It's time to draft. All right. There are stakes on the line, so obviously there's a lot more nerves going on into this, so hopefully we can calm down and draft a nice steady deck. All right, what do we have here? Scapeshift, unplayable. Satoru the Infiltrator, it's an okay card. I'm going to take Lassoed by the Law most likely. This is one of the best uncommons in the entire set. The best white uncommon in the set, it's this and Shepherd of the Clouds. As far as commons go, Consuming Ashes is a premium removal spell, but Lassoed by the Law is actually a little bit better. The body that Lassoed by the Law creates is actually super relevant. And also, this is a highly splashable removal spell. And the fact that this also exiles other non-land permanents means you can kill other Buried in the Gardens or Mystical Tethers, just makes this a little bit better than Consuming Ashes. So really great way to start the draft here in Lassoed by the Law. Basically, if I don't first pick a rare, I want to be picking Lassoed by the Law. That's basically kind of where I'm at. All right, moving on to this pack. We have an interesting pack. I don't like Kervek. I think it's between Blood Hustler, Trained Herrings, and Spinewood's Paladin. And honestly, I think they're close enough in power level. Trained Herrings is quite nice, particularly in the green-white mounts deck, but it's really hard to come by premium 2-mana creatures, and Trained Herrings definitely counts as one of them, and it also goes with the color that we first picked, right? Kervik is pretty underwhelming. It's got like a 51% win rate. Blood Hustler is pretty good, but I think Trained Herrings might actually just be better, or they're on par. That I'm going to take the white creature because I already first picked the Lassoed by the Law. But it is good to know that we see a Spinewood's Paladin and a Blood Hustler, and we'll use that to kind of help figure out what our second color needs to be. And wow, that's a really good sign here. That's a third pick Ruthless Lawbringer. Forlorn Flats is okay. Prickly Pear is okay, but basically I just don't want to draft red or blue cards early unless it's super duper open. So how do I know something's super duper open? I see a bunch of good uncommons. But Ruthless Lawbringer, definitely the best card in this pack. Take Up the Shield, Phantom Interference, Ambush Gigapede are all fine. But I do like Ambush Gigapede, but I think Ruthless Lawbringer third pick does mean that there's potentially a sign that Black-White could be open. And Black-White is the best non-green based color combination, so I am not afraid to draft that color combination. I actually did a practice draft last night where I did draft a black-white deck, but Ruthless Lawbringer is quite nice. Just a solid 3-mana body that gives you the opportunity to basically kill anything. And this goes really well with cards like Nezumi Linkbreaker and Outlaw Medic, which has kind of death triggers to go with it. All right, moving into this pack, we have Holy Cow, Mourner Surprise, and Nezumi Linkbreaker as potential options in black and white. Betrayal at the Vault is also a pretty strong card, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of other green. So I think what I really want to do is just try to cut off white as much as possible. And I do like Holy Cow. So again, not necessarily going to end up in black, right? So, but definitely want to try to be white if possible. So we will take Holy Cow here over the Mourner's Surprise and move on. And now that's a 5th pick Shoot the Sheriff. All right. Think I'm going to go ahead and just take that. Cactarantula is also quite nice. So that is certainly the other card for people to consider. I think it's reasonably close between the two, but I'm going to lean towards Shoot the Sheriff. I already have a Ruthless Lawbringer. It did feel like black and white seemed to be a little more open, but Cactarantula is a very good card. But I'm liking our start so far, right? 2 good removal spells, actually 3 removal effects, a solid curve. So let's go with Shoot the Sheriff here over the Cactarantula. Oh, and that's another Ruthless Lawbringer. Okay, we are in the correct seat. We are in the correct seat. No other green cards. Ruthless Lawbringer, 2 Ruthless Lawbringers. So now I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for good creatures to sacrifice for the Ruthless Lawbringer. So namely the Nezumi Linkbreakers and the Outlaw Medics. So very, very happy about that. There's a Prickly Pear as well, so red might be open, but Ruthless Lawbringer is just a far, far better card, and I am very, very excited about this start. And moving on to this pack, we have Take Up the Shield, which is a fantastic combat trick. So I think I'm just going to take that over Rooftop Assassin. I do like Take Up the Shield more than Fake Your Own Death. The lifelink just goes a long way to swing combats. I do think Fake Your Own Death is also good, and I think this might be one of the more underrated combat tricks in the format. It's really good with Enter the Battlefield creatures like Vault Plunderer and I guess Ruthless Lawbringer and Holy Cow, but I do think I still give the slight nod here to Take Up the Shield. And we're going to move on. All right, so these are black and white cards. Nothing out of this pack for us. So if we were to speculate on another color, what would it be? I basically never, ever, ever want to go blue-white, so I'm just not going to take these cards. There's a Botanical Sanctum that doesn't help us too much. I guess I'll take an Oasis Gardener in case I potentially see a card that I want to splash. And then moving on to this pack, there is an Ankle Biter, I suppose. I will take. But it looks like it's weird. The black and white cards then dried up, but I mean, we do have 7 cards that we really like, so don't mind this too much. Certainly would like some more 2-drops here. We didn't see any copies of the Sterling Keykeepers. I mean, I'll take the 3/4 Flyer. There's just a lot of cards that I'd like to see. So maybe white's drying up after the first couple picks, but here we are. Here I'll take a Skull. Actually, do I take Sterling Hound? I'm just going to take a Sterling Hound. I really don't like Skullduggery very much. So I'm just going to take another creature just in case I don't end up with enough creatures. We already have 3 spells. And if I'm going to play combat tricks in black and white, I prefer Take Up the Shield and Choose Your Own Death or whatever far more than I like Skullduggery. Neutralize the Guards. I'm actually going to take this. Keep in mind, this is best of 3 draft. So this could actually come in handy as a good sideboard card somehow if I'm playing against a deck that has Prickly Pears and a bunch of Trained Errances. So that is something that I do need to be mindful of. I just completely actually didn't even think about that. Sideboards do come in. Sideboards do end up mattering in this format. So let's go ahead and take that. We do see a Ride Down here in case we end up wanting to go red and white. There was a Prickly Pear in the Neutralize the Guards pack. I almost took the Prickly Pear, but I feel like I want to be black-white. Just the Ruthless Lawbringers is really, really good. We didn't see any of the good sacrifice targets, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I mean, double Ruthless Lawbringer plus Shoot the Sheriff is really hard to not play. You know what I mean? So here we'll take Outlaw's Fury, last pick. And move on to this pack. Anything that's black or white, that's good. All right, what's good here? Scalestorm Summoner is good. Beastbond Outcaster is good, but those are cards that are not in our color, along with Primal Command. Green obviously overdrafted, and so we didn't see any green in that first pack. So for us, it's between a desert, a treasure, and the Rooftop Assassin. I'm going to take Rooftop Assassin. I don't like Treasure very much. There's just, I mean, there are just going to be 2-drops that I'm going to take, but I just don't, this card just doesn't do anything, right? It like ramps me into what? And I don't have anything worth splashing, so I'm going to just take Rooftop Assassin as just a solid flying life-linking beater and move on. All right, oh, this is a phenomenal pack here. We have Getaway Glamour, Hollow Marauder, and Vault Plunderer. I know some people are going to look at the Raven of Fell Omens. This looks like an okay Raven of Fell Omens deck, but it's really between those cards. And I'm going to take Hollow Marauder. I just think this card is premium. It's got one of the highest win rates among uncommons. I do like Getaway Glamour as well, but we do have a couple of removal spells already. It's actually the top uncommon in black-white. That's pretty wild. So let's go ahead and take Hollow Marauder here as a great source of a 2-for-1. Great 2-for-1 source there. All right, now we have an interesting choice here. We have the choice between Sterling Keykeeper and Nezumi Linkbreaker. There's also a Conduit Pylons, but I do want to take I think this is a good opportunity to take something cheap. Nezumi Linkbreaker works really well with the Ruthless Lawbringer, but this is just a nice 2-drop, and I always like having one copy of this. And I feel like Linkbreakers come around later, so I will take the Keykeeper just as a 2-drop. And maybe that one is wrong, just because I do think the Linkbreaker does work pretty well with the Lawbringers, but I don't mind the Keykeeper. And in fact, I'm probably going to take another Keykeeper here. This is just a nice way to commit crimes and also just give you something to do with your mana in the late game, and also acts as a 2-drop. Notably, there's a Longhorn Sharpshooter, which is the best card in this pack, and a Gem Lightfoot, Patient Naturalist, etc. But we're going to take Sterling Keykeeper here over the second Rooftop Assassin. Just shoring up the early part of our mana curve. It's nothing spectacular, but I picked up an expensive card here. Let's see if we can get some... all right, there we go. There's a nice little top-end card here in the Ambush Gigapede. Wow, there's a Spinewoods Paladin, a Giant Beaver, some nice large green creatures, but I do love me an Ambush Gigapede. I do love having at least one copy of this in basically all of my black decks. If I care about committing crime, Sandstorm Verge also isn't bad, but let's go with the Gigapede here and move on. And this is a pretty weak pack. There is a Corrupted Conviction and a Jagged Barons. If I care about committing crimes, I can take the Jagged Barons. There's some good Is It cards here. There is an Armadillo, which I don't care about. There's a Stagecoach Security, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I'm just wondering if I'm going to end up with enough playables. Like, am I actually going to be scared of getting enough playables? I'm going to take the Desert here. I'm going to take the Desert. I just feel like if we do end up with some number of cards that care about committing crimes, and if we pick up the -2/-2 Desert removal spell, the Jagged Barons can still, have some use. But I just want, like, Outlaw Medics or Nezumi Linkbreakers. There's an Outlaw Medic. All right, let's go. There's also a Mirage Mesa here for mana fixing, but I just think this is going to be a very important card in this deck. I don't think Vengeful Townsfolk is that great. The problem is you have a ton of 3-drops that you can play. Unlicensed Hearse is also fine, but I'm going to take the Medic here to go with the Lawbringers. Let me know what you think about that pick, though. Outlaw Medic versus Unlicensed Hearse. I do think the Hearse is pretty nice, but I just feel like with double Lawbringer and nothing great to sacrifice right now, I'd rather have the Medic. Here I'll take a Buzzard, but hopefully I don't have to play it. I'm not a big fan of the Buzzard. Obviously nobody's in blue. Makes sense. I'll take a High Noon. I highly doubt I'm going to play this, but there's just nothing else in here. If I end up playing against some weird plot deck that's looking to cast multiple spells, maybe I can have this work. Here I will take Lonely Arroyo as another on-color desert. It's like a half on-color desert. It does look like somebody took the Linkbreaker, so it does look like I'm fighting somebody in black and white. So we do need to be mindful of that. And I'll take this gem here in case I can splash. And so what this means is we're just going to be really, really light. And I kind of regret taking that land that one time, just because I feel like I'm going to be short on playables. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 cards that I like, and that even includes the Sterling Hound. All right, moving into this pack, we have the choice between Fell the Mighty and Consuming Ashes. They're both really, really solid. I'm going to take Consuming Ashes. I just like this card a little more. This is a little more conditional. It's got a little more upside, but I think I'd rather have the Consuming Ashes. All right, Consuming Ashes. I think this pack's going to go better for us, though. Pack 2 was really bad. I mean, we got a Hollow Marauder, a Gigapede, a Rooftop Assassin. I mean, we got a bunch of just like cards you usually get kind of late. But I think this pack hopefully will go a little bit better for us. Wow, look at these premium uncommons. Outcaster Greenblade, Trash to Town. There's a Vraska here as well. Tyrant Score and Vial Smasher. Just nothing for us, though. It's between Sterling Keykeeper and Ambush Gigapede number 2 for us. I mean, I guess I just take another 2-drop here. I already have 2 expensive cards, so I don't really think I want another Gigapede. I'm not super thrilled about playing double Sterling Keykeeper, though, I will say. All right, moving on, we have this pack, and we are definitely on the lookout for a little more removal. Now, keep in mind, though, we do have double Ruthless Lawbringer. That counts as removal, so 2 Lawbringers, a Shoot the Sheriff, a Lasso, and a Consuming Ashes is not terrible, and this pack is amazing for us. Huh. You know, I'm still a sucker for removal. I'm just going to take another Consuming Ashes. Like, Holy Cow's okay. These other creatures are fine, but I just think Consuming Ashes is premium, so I'm just going to take it here. And now there's a Shoot the Sheriff and some creatures, and I guess I'll just take another Shoot the Sheriff. I just think good removal is very, very important. I do like Sterling Supplier as well. I'm sad there's a couple of them in this pack, but cheap, efficient removal, also really, really nice. So, I mean, look at our spells are so good. All right, we'll take Forsaken Miner here. I mean, I could have taken Forsaken Miner over Consuming Ashes because of the Ruthless Lawbringer, definitely. I'll definitely take it here. And now there's a Mystical Tether. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this pack is, I mean, removal central, right? Look at this. 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 6 removal spells here now, plus the double Ruthless Lawbringer and a bunch of tappers. So that's looking really, really nice. I don't think I want to splash in this deck. There is Form a Posse. So I will take Requisition Raid. Not necessarily something that I enjoy playing, and I definitely want creatures, but this could act as a really good sideboard card, as it is a disenchant effect that puts counters on things. So this is 13 creatures, and this is 20 spells total. So hopefully we can fill out the rest of our deck. I would like another, you know, maybe a Nezumi Linkbreaker, maybe something that costs 3 or 4 mana. I mean, I'll play this Black Snag Buzzard if I have to. Wow, that's a late Intimidation campaign. And a Badlands Revival? That's really unfortunate. Yep. Yep. So what happened in this draft is basically the person passing to us. Actually, it's harder for me to splash this card. I guess I'll take the Intimidation campaign, but I don't think I'm going to splash it. We'll take this. We're going to play it as well. We just need the body. I think this was the card that we took a desert over, and we're unlikely to play the desert now just because we don't have anything that really goes with it other than the Forsaken Miner. So I think I'd rather just have untapped lands for the most part. We need 2 more cards here? Oh no. Wait, what is happening? Nobody is in one of the best color combinations? There's a Vraska here? Goodness. This is just not a deck that's looking to splash. Oh my gosh, this was that completely stacked pack, and we are super lucky that Desperate Bloodseeker tabled. Very, very happy about that. So we have a couple of things to sack. Now keep in mind, black-white, the way you have a successful black-white deck is not drafting the all-in sacrifice deck. It's just you just draft a good curve and that's it, right? There's just not that many synergies. For example, like Boneyard Desecrator is just fine. You're not really trying to go all in on the corrupted convictions and sacrifices and do stuff like that. So I think this deck ended up being fine. There is a Fake Your Own Death. I'm not sure that I'm going to play it just because I want my creature count to be pretty high, because I do feel like that my route to victory is curving out and killing people that way. Didn't get any Sterling Suppliers. I do like that card. Would have also liked a Black-White Desert, but we have 6 2-drops, which I'm pretty happy with. 4 3s, which is a little bit on the lower side. I don't mind the Rooftop Assassins as a way to kill people from the skies. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 16 creatures. I don't mind. I could cut Stagecoach Security. I think I like Rooftop Assassin more. All right. I think Sterling Hound is likely going to get the cut here. I just think on rate, it's probably the worst creature. And this is it. We have a couple of combat tricks, 6 removal spells. These are kind of our large things to do. Nothing exciting. We have 0 rares. And we were certainly still fighting people in our lane. But we still just have a solid curve with removal. Like I said, once again, no rares, no recursion. So this one might be rough. This one might be rough. Our deck looks very average, but I just feel like we still ended up with a cohesive deck. So we are going to try this and hope for the best. Hope for the best. Oh, playing against Eugene Levin. When I grew up in Southern California, he was one of the endgame bosses and one of the first pros that I knew from the Southern California region. Gonna have to mulligan this hand, and we will keep this hand. So, good player. What do we ship though? We're definitely keeping this. I'm gonna go Trained Airings. I have double Ruthless Lawbringer. Oh, God, I love this Hollow Marauder though, but it's gonna be a while before I get there, like a long while. So, I think I probably still have to bottom it. It's important to just have all your early plays. So, Vadmir from the opponent. We have... Oh, this is interesting. I have Trained Airings and Forsaken Miner. Gonna actually play the Forsaken Miner here, because I want to kill this Vadmir. Oh my gosh, they're going off. Alright. Another land here wouldn't be bad. Let's go ahead and kill Vadmir. Alright, so now we just have a Blood Hustler we need to deal with. What a curve, though. Vadmir, Blood Hustler plus the Desert. That is scary stuff. Scary, scary stuff. I'm happy to trade here if you attack me. Alright. What should I do? Well, let's attack. And then I'm just gonna kill... I think I want to kill this Blood Hustler. So I'll just pass. And then... Yeah, and then I'm gonna kill the Blood Hustler. And I know I can't get that back, but I just value the double Surveil here. Don't actually know that I want either of those cards. So we'll just bin both. I'll just take more premium removal spells, etc. So, Intimidation Campaign. Alright, we need to start beating down. Now, we do have Ruthless Lawbringer to kill it. We'll attack. Is this a removal spell? Oh, okay. Take the fall. That only shrinks it by 1, but it does let them rebuy the Intimidation Campaign, which is very good. It's between Trained Airings and Holy Cow. I'm gonna just run out the Holy Cow now to play around a counterspell. And we'll bottom the plains. Yep, this is a tough card to play against. I will board in that Requisition Raid. I will. Even though the problem is they can also bounce it at instant speed, but, I mean, Requisition Raid isn't the worst regardless. And you probably know I never beat these crime decks. Just never, ever. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to kill this Intimidation Campaign. The question is, do I just run out Ruthless Lawbringer? I don't think so. I'm just going to take up the shield here. I mean, I have a pretty formidable board, and I don't care about the Forsaken Miner, so... Next turn, we can sacrifice something if we have to kill something big, and then we can get back the Forsaken Miner as well. And we can saddle up the Trained Erranks. So, that's going to be the plan here. But great little Dimir Crime deck that 11 has set up here. Lively Dirge. Oh, they can get those two drops back. That's super, super good. Wait. Oh, did I exile? I exiled the other one. Nice. Okay. Ooh, that is really, really nice. They have 1 mana available? Alright, I kind of want to just do maximum damage here. So I do think I need to kill something. The question is, which card do I kill? Probably Vadmir. I don't get a Forsaken Miner back, but this is just an excellent creature to kill, so... Alright. Let's crew this up. This is the sick one, right? Yeah. We'll keep the Gigapede. And this puts them in a tough spot, because it's like, do they block the Lawbringer and remove their ability to commit a crime every turn? Or do they go down to 3? Alright, they're going to be digging here. But the nice thing about this is that this does mean that this creature needs to attack, which is good for us. But yeah, I'm not really sure. Spring Splasher versus the Vadmir. This one is just scarier, but this one is guaranteed to commit a crime with Intimidation Campaign. But they're at 3 life here. And we have 3 lethal attackers along with the Holy Cow with a Take Up the Shield. But the Intimidation Campaign, if they reset it, can put them up to 4 life. So then I don't quite have a lethal attack. But what they're going to need is, if they want to attack me with a Spring Splasher, need to... Like, they're going to play this probably, and then need a way to kill 2 things. Alright, clowns are coming in. I mean, if they play the Intimidation Campaign, it's a very good sign for us. If they play any creature here, they're probably going to die. If they play a removal spell, they're also dead. Rush of Dread, we're okay. Rooftop Assassin, we can kill with Ambush Gigapede. Alright, I'm just attacking with everything. See what they do. I mean, in their minds, Rooftop Assassin does keep them alive. No, it doesn't. It actually does not. Okay. Whew. Alright, Lively Dirge. They have some graveyard stuff. Their blue-black crime deck. They had Blood Hustler. Spring Splasher. Forsaken Miner. I don't think Neutralize the Guards is very good. I don't know that like I said, I'm not a big fan of playing these deserts. I did have the Forsaken Miner, so it's nice there, but again, I think it's more important that I just don't have any tap lands, and I can just I can have my creatures curve out against my opponent's deck. Requisition Rate is the only thing I'm considering. It's a little bit awkward, though. And I do technically have 2 Ruthless Lawbringers and a Lassoed by the Law. And I think Fake Your Own Death and Take Up the Shield is going to be pretty good against the blue-black deck in general that has a lot of removal. So I think I'm just going to stay with this same deck. I guess Rooftop Assassin might not be as good. No, it's fine. Like I said, there's also just too much of an opportunity. Like, they're just, I'm going to have to pick my spots with the requisition rate anyways. So let's just not play it and play all of our removal and hope to get there. Another mulligan. Oh, at least we won the first game, but come on, deck. All right, we're going to keep this, and we will bottom a Plains. This hand is really bad, so I would say that we probably have like a 30% shot of winning this game, maybe, tops. But I just can't mulligan a hand with a bunch of lands and some spells. Raven of Fell Omens from the opponent, and yeah, this hand is so bad. My first play is Rooftop Assassin. I can't even cast my Consuming Ashes. There's Ambush Gigapede and Stagecoach Security. They've got a Raven of Fell Omens, looks excellent in their deck, by the way. Unscrupulous Contractor. I wonder if they're going to sacrifice. Oh, they sacrificed the Raven, okay. I'm actually okay with that. They probably have a way to get it back, but just for me, given that I just have absolutely nothing I can do here. I mean, I guess if we get to the late game, we have a little bit of a chance, but do you really want to go into the late game against the blue-black deck that has a lot of card draw? It's often going to be hard to outgrind them. Might just run out this Lassoed by the Law as a tempo play. Nope, never mind. All right. Well, now that they played the Raven of Fell Omens, I'm gonna go for this here. It might not work. I have a Rooftop Assassin that I can play. It can 100% get countered. It's a Vadmir. Okay. I will try this. Okay, it didn't work. They have Phantom Interference. Man, they have a nice crime deck. Alright, well, I definitely want to kill Vadmir. Do I go with Lassoed by the Law? Yeah, I'm going to go... So the reason why I'm going to go Lassoed by the Law here is this gives me a chance to draw Ruthless Lawbringer and have something to sacrifice if I top deck it. Actually, I think I just need to prevent the damage. Change my mind. Change my mind. Land off the top would be great for the Ambush Gigapede. Honestly, casting Holy Cow to try to ambush the Raven is not bad either. If I can find a combat trick, that would be super nice. Okay, well, at least this is a double spell turn, so that's not that bad. I can go Keykeeper plus Holy Cow. Stop staring at my Lassoed by the Law. Yep. Yeah, this one's not looking great here. They have another counterspell, it's gonna be super rough. Okay, well, they probably have a removal spell, but yeah, okay. Skullduggery? I'm just gonna keep playing Flash Flyers until Raven of Fell Omens dies. That's the plan here. Oh, this Metamorphic Blast gets me every time. Oh man. Maybe I need it to bottom just so I can play the Ambush Gigapede. I just feel like I'm so behind that I just need to go for this, but I mean, their deck has so much gas. You know what I mean? This is a really, really tough... Like, I need to get on board early to even have a chance. right? Because, I mean, they just have like the perfect crime deck. Alright. Yeah. Like, it's a good curve with a bunch of interaction. All the ravens. Huh. Okay. Do I want Black Snag Buzzard just to have as another flyer? I mean, no, I have plenty of removal and I have flyers. I think I'm okay. Especially if I'm going to be on the play. I think I'll be okay. Did they have any skullduggeries? I mean, I could consider just playing a Black Snag Buzzard. Nah. Let's curve out. No mulligans. 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, etc. with removal. Get it done. We have our fair share of 2-drops as well. Let's play first and curve out. All right. Beautiful hand. Turn 2 Trained Erranks. Sterling Keykeeper. Now it's our opponent's turn to mulligan. Ooh, they double mulliganed. Oh my. Okay. We have to take advantage because I do feel like our opponent probably has a better deck than ours. Probably, I mean, definitely. They have Vadmir. Disinformation Campaign. Or is it? No, it's Intimidation Campaign. Alright. So we have 2 planes, Sterling Keykeeper, Take Up the Shield, and Rooftop Assassin. And our opponent mulled the 5, but they have the colors that they need here. Desperate Bloodseeker is the play. They're going to target themselves. And yeah, I guess this isn't great in terms of racing, but I feel like the scrying is still worth it, so I'm going to saddle this up. And attack. Put all lands on the bottom, including the second swamp. Like, I know there are double black cards in our deck, and if we draw it, then we can look for the second swamp, is kind of my thinking. And if I don't, then I'd rather just continue finding action. Forsaken Miner. Okay. I'm just gonna attack. I'm gonna play around Phantom Interference. I'm gonna play Outlaw Medic and take up the shield and just pass. Ooh, Holy Cow is very, very nice, and that does still play around Phantom Interference. So I will play it actually main phase. Yeah, I'll keep Ruthless Lawbringer, absolutely. Let's saddle this up. And see what they do. Tyrant Scorn, destroy. We're gonna save it. We'll keep the Outlaw Medic back. Keep that on top. Yeah, maybe I should be attacking here. I might have missed out on a point of damage there. But they didn't attack. Yeah, I probably missed out on a point of damage, to be honest. This is interesting. I have this Ruthless Lawbringer that I can use to exile the Desperate Bloodseeker. Seems like it would be good here. And it still plays around Counterspell. Let's kill the Bloodseeker. Get to draw a card. Drew a land. Alright, let's saddle up the Lawbringer. Let's attack. Take the fall. Oh, okay. Hollow Marauder, I will absolutely keep. Alright, they're at 6. They have a creature that can't block. Haumph Marauder costs 6 mana, so we can play it next turn. But I mean, how do they even just stop what I have in play right now? Right? Like a Phantom Interference just doesn't do it here. I'm just going to attack with everything. Yep. This allows me to play a safe Haumph Marauder, which I will do. Target our opponent. This should be good. They're at 1 life. I'll keep that. I think we got them. They double mulliganed, and we had a very good draw. We had a very, very good draw. Unfortunate accident, and all right. Condolences to my opponent. Obviously, double mulliganing is not kind of where you want to be. So they have a good crime deck, though, so I still feel like they have a shot to make day 2 by winning 3 in a row. But for us, hey, we'll take it. 1-0. We need to win 2 more here to make it into the second draft. And that's where we want to be, right? That's where we want to be. Make the second draft and make some money. Here we go. Round 2. All right, opponent on the play here. And we have 4 lands, Holy Cow, Stagecoach Security, and an Ambush Gigapede. I'll keep. All right, double planes into... all right, that's a little sad. They did play Trained Erranks, and I don't have anything to do against a turn 2 Trained Erranks on the play right now. God, Trained Erranks is so good. We have double Shoot the Sheriff. I mean, we have a lot of removal. The only silver lining here is that they're blue-white, but what that also means is they probably have an absurd blue-white deck. So yeah, this is an excellent curve. On the play, turn 2 Trained Erranks into turn 3 Holy Cow is going to be very difficult for us to beat. I'm going to run a main phase Holy Cow out to play around counterspells and look for a removal. I will absolutely keep Shoot the Sheriff here. Gigapede should also be pretty good if we can survive. Another Trained Erranks. Goodness. Yeah, we just need... I mean, if they could have Take Up the Shield, but, I mean... I just need to stave off the beats here, right? This is just, like, the most aggressive blue-white start I've ever seen. We're gonna take so much damage next turn. I have Shoot the Sheriff, but I can also just play Stagecoach Security. Which I think I'm just gonna plot this. I'm gonna take 1,000,000 damage next turn, but this gives me a creature that they have to answer that can block the Trained Erranks. So I'll do that. Would love to draw Outlaw Medic so I can then play it and then sack the Ruthless Lawbringer or the Forsaken Miner. That would also be fine. Wow, they didn't play a creature that turn. That definitely helps. I'm at 9 life. I just gotta play this. I'm not gonna sack anything. Like I said, gotta just stave off the early beats. We have a couple of removal spells as well. They can't attack me. All right. That is fantastic. Should we attack now? No. I'm gonna pass. They're gonna play something big here. Oh, they didn't. Okay. All right, let's play... I didn't play this because I don't want to run it into the counterspell. I don't know if that's correct or not, though. I'm going to attack with the Ruthless Lawbringer now. Maybe I should have done it in the previous turn, but like we've gone an entire turn cycle. So given that, I think this is okay. What the heck? Okay. Oh my gosh, I think they... Did they think that they had an outlaw in play? Oh my gosh, that's... What? Alright, I'm gonna play Sterling Keykeeper. I'm gonna just be safe. Like, the blue-white deck's very tricky. And, like I said, I'm just gonna do my best to try to play around Phantom Interference. If I can afford to, but that was kind of a suspect block, I will say. Can play the Hollow Marauder here. Target my opponent. And... this thing crews? Did they draw a Holy Cow? No, I'll just attack for 4. I can still tap with the Keykeeper, which is fine. And also keep up Shoot the Sheriff. Also, I can tap the Mobile Homestead if they choose to crew. I'm definitely playing this a little, like, very conservative, but... we definitely have the tools here. Let's attack with our 2 giant creatures. Wow, Fake Your Own Death, what a draw. If they have, like, Fierce Retribution... what? Oh my gosh. Final Showdown. Holy cow. What a card. All creatures lose all abilities. Okay. I think Fake Your Own Death still works, though. No, it doesn't! Oh my gosh! What a mistake! Oh my gosh, that was so bad. What? All creatures lose all ability. Oh my god, that was awful. Oh, that was so bad. Yeah, look, I don't play around against Final Showdown that often, and that was... that was a missed line. That's super disappointing. I'm gonna take the 3 here. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. Final Showdown into Sterling Supplier into Take Up the Shield to protect your creature. This is incredible. This is absolutely absurd. We just lost. That's insane. Oh my gosh. All right. Okay. I need to de-tilt from that loss. That was unbelievable. Would Fake Your Own Death have mattered? Absolutely it would have mattered. I could have just had it in my hand and kept things back. Now, I didn't expect them to be able to deal 8 points of damage there either. I mean, there's just a lot I could have done there at the end. That was so bad on my part. But honestly, it's like after you make a mistake like that, you need to get yourself back together. And I'm going to board in this Requisition Raid. They had Mobile Homestead, and white means they usually have exile removal. So I do think that's going to be good, and I'm going to get this Fake Your Own Death out of here. Because they tend to have more exile-based removal and bounce, so I just don't think it's as good. They could also have the Stop Cold. Man, we were looking so good. Final Showdown. What a heck of a card. Oh well. Such is life. Such is life. Alright, turn 2 Trained Airings. This might just be a turn 3 Ruthless Lawbringer just to saddle up my Trained Airings, unless I have something else to play this turn 3. Trained Airings from the opponent. Man, even... Our opponent made such a big blunder too. When they minus X minus 0. -1 -0 instead of -4 -0. But we made a bigger blunder probably. We don't need the planes here for now. We want to push the aggression here, if we can. So they don't want a Holy Cow Scry. I'm just going to attack. Alright, we got them with our Take Up the Shield. A little bit satisfying. I wonder if they're gonna keep the Trained Airings back or not. Alright. Let's saddle this up. I know I have this Gigapede, but I just rather just keep drawing gas. You know what I mean? It's just like... Alright, we will pass. Daring Thunder Thief. That's a rogue, and that is a Cat Beast mount. Do I want to play around counter magic? I don't care if they attack me, that's the thing. Yeah, I'm gonna just play this. I can't shoot the Sheriff the Thunder Thief as it's a rogue. This is Sterling Supplier mana. But they're at 6 life, and I want to have a safe flyer. Yeah, this is good. Alrighty. So, certainly kill the flyer. And then... let's see. If I kill the Trained Airings, they go to 1. So I guess we just hold off on it for now. Oh, you know what I could have done? I can do it next turn. I can go end of turn, shoot the Sheriff, and then I can saddle this, first strike, and then give it Death Touch. Or kill the Rooftop Assassin afterwards. Or kill it with it after. Oh my gosh, my English. The question is, do I kill this Trained Airings? I'm gonna go for it. I want them to use their mana. Okay, so that went through. Interesting. Oh, man. Okay, so they can have Holy Cow, which would be quite bad. So if they go Holy Cow... this just seems so dicey, attacking with this Trained Airings. With all that mana up. I'm going to play it safe here. I'm just going to go Assassin. And pass. If they pass again, then they have the Wrath. Okay, Marauding Sphinx. Well, let's hope they don't have Take Up the Shield, I guess. It would be really bad if they did. Oh my gosh. Like, Take Up the Shield here is just absolutely brutal. Let me think. If I attack with everything, they take up the shield here, go to 8, eat this as well, go to 3. So I guess we just attack with our 2 flyers. And hope they don't have it. They have it. Yep. The thing is, I couldn't use the Rooftop Assassin to finish them off anyways. I mean, they're still at 4, and we have a lot of attackers. This is a rogue as well? Man. Well, I'm glad I used Shoot the Sheriff on, like, one of the few targets that were available. Requisition Raid would be pretty nice. Man, Take Up the Shield is tough. Marauding Sphinx is great. They plotted something? Wow. Okay. They should have done this first, and then maybe they find something worthy of Slickshot Lockpicker. I feel like I just need to attack. But why would they plot the Slickshot Lockpicker? You know what I mean? It's just like, this is such a brutal spot just because I just don't have great attacks. I just lose everything. Oh my gosh, we hit 2 removal spells. Goodness gracious. Alright, whatever. Actually, do we even have a good attack here? I highly doubt it. This blocks here, they go to 1. Man, that's so crazy. Well, they had something here, probably. Honestly, it's probably a good thing not to attack. Yep, okay. How do we hit Consuming Ashes plus Mystical Tether? Come on! It's one of those, man, it's not meant to be, right? It's like, how do you hit that? I know it's random, okay? But they have a Slickshot Lockpicker in play. What am I going to do? Target them? Right? Definitely don't want to do that. If they want to stay alive, they could also Slickshot Lockpicker and just +1/+1 lifelink their Marauding Sphinx. Yeah. I mean, they have a solid blue-white deck. They have the good uncommons that you want to be in blue. They have the Wrath. They have Take Up the Shield to help with life loss. And we just have a bunch of random removal spells. Of course. Mill 2 removal spells and draw the land. So what happens if we kill the Holy Cow? They block our 3 biggest creatures and they're still good to go. Yeah. Alright. The thing is, the longer this game goes, the less of a chance I have to actually win because they have Final Showdown. And there's just no real good way for us to beat that, right? Ugh, that's so brutal, hitting those removal spells. go attempt to kill the cow. Hey, look, they have something. That's the thing. They're up cards, and they're just playing a very tricky deck. So it's kind of hard for us to outmaneuver them. Another Ruthless Lawbringer would be nice. I mean, our hand was fine. Getaway Glamour. Oh my gosh. Okay. That is insane. So they get to flicker their Holy Cow and kill our Ambush Gigapede while committing some crimes. Yeah, there was just like a couple of moments where we needed a well-timed removal spell to kill this Daring Thunder Thief to push through damage. But the problem, we just couldn't find it. And this is a rogue, so Shoot the Sheriff doesn't kill it. And it's kind of slipping away. Their creatures are just way bigger than ours. Yeah, this is just so much. A 4/6 Flying Vigilance Ward 2 creature? What even is that? Does that do enough? Stagecoach Security. Marauding Sphinx goes here. Daring Thunder Thief goes here. Rooftop Assassin gets in. Outlaw Medic goes here. Yeah, I don't know. It's just not enough. They're at 10 life now. I mean, I have Requisition Raid. Can I set up a big Requisition Raid turn? I don't know. I'm just gonna play it, I guess. I just want to cash this in for something. Alright, that was a good card to cash in, I will say. Lassoed by the Law was phenomenal. We still have lots and lots of things that we need to fight through here. Ooh, Oasis Gardener is a nice target for the Requisition Raid as well. Certainly want to use Lassoed by the Law on the Marauding Sphinx. If possible. We will make an attempt to kill the Marauding Sphinx. Will it be successful? Unlikely. That's not going to prevent me from trying. Yes. So this blocks here, or this blocks here. They have 3 mana up. Alright. Next turn we have the Mercenary up, so we can actually pump the Trained Arinx and get in. But I just feel like this is kind of a suicidal attack when my opponent has 3 mana available. Another Daring Thunder Thief, okay. Oh, Lassoed by the Law. I mean, if they just never find their wrath, I guess. But I mean, I'm tapped out. If they just go like kill everything, save my Daring Thunder Thief, that's pretty good. How much more removal do I have? So I think I have another Consuming Ashes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we have one removal spell left in our deck. What you got? Well, there it is. There's the final showdown. Well, at least we don't have to worry about it anymore. We just need to rip 17 good spells in a row. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Not the best time to draw a bunch of lands, I will say. Oh no, we're at 4. Come on. Nope, that's it. Okay, 1-1. 1-1. I will say that the first loss is completely our fault. I just did not read final... like, I read it, but I didn't want to believe it. Like, I just wasn't familiar enough with the rules. So I just made the assumption, incorrect assumption, that whenever I cast something to save a creature, that is independent of Final Showdown. I thought that removes the text of the actual the words on the creature card, and not anything that I put on top of it. But I was wrong. All right, 1-1. Back against the wall here. Turn 2 Keykeeper into Ruthless Lawbringer. How much better would this be if this was the Link Breaker? It is what it is. I can't believe we didn't get one. Like, I can't believe we didn't table one. There was just 100% another black-white drafter. All right. Our opponent actually with the aggressive start here. Irascible Wolverine. Desperate Bloodseeker will target ourselves to try to hit some creatures. We hit 8 creatures, so Hollow Marauder did get cheaper. If this Bloodseeker, if we can actually get this Bloodseeker to trade next turn, because it's a 2/2 lifelinker and it's very annoying, then we can play the Marauder out next turn, which is pretty nice. Loan Shark. Never mind. Ugh. I'm going to hold the Ruthless Lawbringer. It's a little unfortunate that we can't really punish our opponent for just plotting a million things here, but it is what it is. Oh yeah, they're getting a lot of value here. Goodness. Just give me a good shoot the sheriff target. This is a rogue? Yeah. That's a one problem with black-white. I just feel like my creatures are all kind of mopey. Wow. They are going off. All of the value. I feel like I'm enough behind. I'm just going to run out Hollow Marauder. You know what I mean? I'm just like... If you have a Phantom Interference, you do. I feel the pressure here. They likely have a way to kill this Marauder, so I'm not going to block. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That is a calamity. With Loan Sharks, if you cast it... Okay, they didn't cast 2 or more spells. I see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Alright, that's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. Let's kill this now. I'll keep this back to trade with the Loan Shark, honestly. I'm at 7 life. I mean, there's a good chance they kill this. They have a very, very nice blue-red deck. Yep. Gotta do what I gotta do, you know what I mean? Gila Courser. Oh man, this is brutal. I'm gonna kill this just because I really value the surveil. And let's keep the tether. Let's keep both, to be honest. We have this Ruthless Lawbringer that I can't really sack to do anything. But I just didn't want them to get value off the Gila Courser. Alright, never mind. Skewer the critics. Okay, that was a beating. That was definitely a beating. Alright, blue-red. Is this good? Like, I've never played... Like, is this effect good? Like, is this worth a card? I don't know. I mean, they're plotting and double spelling a lot. Hold on. We need to get a little let's get a little creative here. So there's High Noon, and then we can play this land. Right? So there's High Noon, we can play this land. I don't care about playing any more red cards. We can also play an Oasis Gardener as a 3-mana card. It's not an unplayable card. And then we can make some other cuts accordingly here. So this at least... Like, I don't think I want to play a Mountain for the High Noon. But this gives us at least a couple of outs. And then let's figure out what we want to cut here. The security actually... The body actually matches up pretty well with the things that they had. So I think I like that. Can probably cut one of these tricks. Maybe this. All right, let's cut one of those. All right. Let's try this. I think most of the time I want the High Noon in play anyways. So I don't absolutely need the red sources, but we gave ourselves a couple of outs there to be able to use it if we need. I mean, there's just a high chance we just never even draw it, so it's fine. Turn 2 Bloodseeker. We bend Mystical Tether. I mean, they had a few mounts too, right? They had the Courser and the Calamity. So maybe 2 is fine. Like, drawing multiple Keykeepers is pretty bad. Maybe it's still better than Oasis Gardener. Like, if I really feel like High Noon is the card, right? Yeah. Slick Shot show up, yeah. Is this a rogue? Wizard? No. Alright. So they did nothing. So that tells me that they're likely going to play a Loan Shark next turn. Am I interested in saving my creatures if they use a removal spell? Nope. This has to be a Loan Shark turn. If they chose not to put this into play, I guess maybe they don't care about the 1 damage. The question for me is, what do I want to kill, right? Because killing this is a much worse creature, but I get to surveil too. But killing a 3/4 is probably better. Why are you not playing it? All right, I mean, there's probably a very good reason for this, but I guess they wanted to strand my removal. Oh, that's nice. Outlaw Stitcher, okay. Well, now we have a new Consuming Ashes target that's bigger. And we still get to Surveil, which is very nice. These cards kind of suck. Actually, the Sterling Keykeeper isn't terrible. So let's see. This is going to cost 6 mana. I have a bunch of mana. I guess I can't really complain about Sterling Keykeeper here. All right. Ooh, Ruthless Lawbringer, fantastic. I just feel like at this phase in the game, I'm just going to have the mana. So this basically is just a tapper. All right, Crom into Slick Shot, Scorching Shot. Holy cow. All right, that was an incredible turn from the opponent. I don't recommend that attack. Okay, well, at least we will be able to kill the Crom here. Oh, actually, that attack was totally fine. Their deck is very, very solid. I mean, you know, this is day 2 of the Arena Championship. Everybody is going to be good, right? That is just how it is. Let's gain some life. Wow. I was just bluffing. But now they think we have Skullduggery. So we have to think with that information in mind. Or Fake Your Own Death, I guess. That's the other card. But we're at 23, they're at 10. Is it worthwhile to save our creature if they use a removal spell? They got some nice uncommons. Demonic Ruckus on Outlaw Stitcher. Okay. I guess this just gives them a nice blocker. Man, them passing with 4 mana up is a little bit of a bummer, I will say. Not gonna lie. No real great attacks here, sadly. I'm gonna play the Miner. The question is whether or not I should plot. I mean, I'm certainly not attacking this turn. Yeah, let's plot. I mean, to be fair, like, I don't even have anything worth saving. Like, all my creatures kind of suck. If they want to attack, they can attack. All right. Let's tap the Stitch. Wait. Let's tap the Loan Shark. As everything is bigger than the Outlaw Stitcher, is the way I look at it. Oh. Lassoed by the Law. I kind of want to save that. Like, I really don't want to bounce the Outlaw Stitcher and then have them use a bounce spell on the Stitcher. Or have them use a bounce spell on my Lasso. Actually, let's do this. This is a very, very big attack. If we save this, it's lethal, so I will try. All right. I did not expect to win that game. Here we are. Okay. I will take it. Yeah, let's go with the Keykeeper over the Gardener. Gardner is just not very good. Did they have anything? They had Demonic Ruckus. Yeah. Also, getting rid of the artifact creature seems pretty good against a deck with Explosive Derailment. So probably not a great idea to even bring it in the first place. All right, let's give this a whirl. Game 3 against a very, very good blue-red deck. We need kind of the perfect draw to really have a chance, I feel. I mean, our draws have not been terrible. Okay. I can't believe I'm sciencing on day 1 of the Arena Open. I can't believe I'm sciencing day 1. The thing is, I never play sideboarded matches, right? So I just don't even know. Like, they get to still just cast all their spells. Like, how good can it be? You know what I mean? I mean, I guess if they plot something, I just play it. But if they don't, I just keep playing out cards. Alright, my 2/2s. Gosh, this card could be literally anything. Ay, ay, ay. Let me know what you think. Is this actually an effective card against blue-red? I mean, they have Crom. Oh my god. Yep, welcome to sideboarded matches. I mean, I'm not going to play around this ever, but it is unfortunate. Okay, I can kill that. And I'm going to. Alright, here we go. High noon. I mulliganed. Yep. Let's just play a 4/5. It's, you know, just a big body. Oh, that's stupid. Outlaw Stincher to Calamity, that's how I'm gonna go out. Well, it was a fun ride, folks. Oh, that's really disappointing. I know it's statistically unlikely to kind of run it back or whatever, but I definitely wanted to. And I don't think it's gonna be... It's not gonna happen for us this time around, unfortunately. We got caught in the crossfired, into Crom, into Stitcher, into Calamity. That's... I mean, those are just some premium cards. So, good on our opponent. GG's. We are getting completely wrecked here. Oh my gosh, this is so savage. They made so many tokens! Alright, here's an Ambush Gigapede. Taste it. Yeah. How does it feel to get completely devastated, Bucha? It seems like it seems like they were unaffected by it. That's what it feels like to me. You know, like in Pokemon, they're unaffected, or it's not effective. That's what that was. Great deck, great blue-red deck. I mean, I never draft blue-red, but if I do, this is kind of what I would like. I don't know why I'm still playing. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta look back at my draft. Like I said, we had a decent curve with a bunch of removal, but we just didn't have the power. We didn't have the bombs. I think blue could have been a color we could have ended up in. So this is 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Do I have a 2 damage to everything effect? Oh, all right. Good game, Bucha. You got to live the dream. Calamity plus Outlaw Stitcher, that is awesome. So, as disappointing as this is, at least we got to lose in a very epic fashion. Now, I'm wondering if there's any merit to playing another match. I guess I'm playing for 1,000 gems. So, let's run it. But, yep, that is it. Our path to day 2 was cut short with our pretty average black-white deck. I still think there's a world where we could have won or made it into day 2. I think that big mistake against the final showdown is definitely something that I'm going to think back on. I should have honestly taken my time. I should have just asked somebody. That was huge. All right, let's mulligan here. Keep this. Bottom of land. We have Trained Airings, Ruthless Lawbringer, and playing against another blue-red deck here. We're just playing for gems and pride. That's all we're playing for right now. Cunning Coyote from the opponent. Wow, this is a beating. Do I block this Prickly Pear? Or this Cunning Coyote? Nope. I do want that swamp. They are hitting me pretty hard here. Alright, so they're keeping up mana, and I guess I should probably also keep up mana here. Yeah. This is a chill out zone. Use Consuming Ashes on something. Maybe it's even Shoot the Sheriff. I guess it just depends on what they do. Like, if they lead things off with a removal spell, then they're less likely to get me with Phantom Interference. What is this? Outlaw Stitcher, okay. Wow, so they just played around everything. And that's going to be a 4/4 zombie rogue token. Do this for the Surveil. We hit Lassoed by the Law, which is great. Now we'll play the Stagecoach Security. Hold on. Yeah, let's get aggressive here. Outlaw Medic. Nah. I want more impactful stuff. Even a land is not that bad. Because I can go Shoot the Sheriff plus Lassoed by the Law. And then we will see how big this Outlaw Stitcher will be here. Oh, this is going to be bad. It's going to be a 6/6. Slick Sequence? Oh my gosh. Don't have another spell. That would... How absurd would that be if they had another spell on top of that? Alright, we are at 5 life. We have a Shoot the Sheriff. Sterling Keykeeper. I think I can kill this, right? Yeah. So I'll play Sterling Keykeeper and then have Shoot the Sheriff available to kill the Slick Shot Show-Off. Oh my god. That's a warlock? Oh my god. Is that enough? 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? I'm gonna go for the I'm just gonna hope they don't have another counterspell and they're gonna attack with everything. Wow. The level of patience there? Good work, opponent. No, that is impressive. Them not attacking with everything there is very impressive. Okay, plot. The Shoot the Sheriff doesn't have a lot of great targets. Man, that counterspell was so good. There's probably enough for it to matter, but yeah. Does this make a mercenary? Yeah. Okay, I mean, if they're attacking, I'm blocking. Here comes another creature, I guess. Oh no. Oh man, this was so close. That's insane. Like, they're all outlaws too. I mean, our opponent has been conservative in the past, but they chose to go for it there. Alright, good beats. Alright, they are really leaning into the multiple spells thing. I mean, we'll try this High Noon again. There's really nothing to lose. And go from there. Did they play any artifacts? No. No, they played that enchantment. I guess we can bring this in. That makes 1/1s. Can cut like... Again, I kind of like the 4/5. The 5 toughness seems pretty good against blue-red in general. Flyers are not bad. Let's cut one of these and cut one of those. Alright, let's give it a whirl. Can we at least make some gems before we call it a day? You know what this feels... You know it's like when you play the Pro Tour and you are eliminated from day 2? That's exactly what this feels like. Just like, I don't even care. Although, mulliganing... We've mulliganed like 4 or 5 times this entire draft. It's a lot of mulligans. We'll keep this and we'll bottom... We'll bottom Consuming Ashes. I feel like there's a chance I can just win by, like, curving out. Target ourselves. Mill 2 lands. We really needed those lands. That's a Malcolm. Okay, we drew a land at least. Not all is lost, friends. Sterling Keykeeper. Let's keep it going. Malcolm is very, very good. Come on, High Noon! Come on, High Noon! That was not a High Noon! My army of just mediocre commons. Getting it done. Slick shot into removal spell. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look, blue-red is the worst color combination, but if it's this open, you just gotta go for it, right? Makes sense. We'll kill this Malcolm. Trade my bear for... your 2/2 flyer that can draw you lots of cards? Yes, please. Also makes it a little bit easier to cast this Marauder, although we're pretty far away from the Marauder still. See, that's how you know though the deck is good. They have not, you know, you just don't play commons. Because the blue and red commons are so bad. There's just like there's no common. There's no red common that I'm taking over like even like a patient naturalist. You know what I mean? Yeah, just rare, uncommon, uncommon, rare, uncommon. Easy game. Easy life. Here comes the counterspell, I guess. Copying a slick shot show off. Making a treasure. The nice thing is we're only playing for gems, so I'm just not even that upset. I think it's cool that my opponent's doing all these things. It's like, this is sweet. This is sweet, opponent. Good work. I mean, if they have a removal spell, I guess we die. Take one. I will say, because we have just... Black-White does have a high win rate, but I personally haven't been doing as well with it. I think I'm probably drafting it incorrectly. Let me know. I do think I'm drafting it incorrectly, though. Does that kill me? 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it does. Good stuff. It's got a lot of opponents just hitting you with a good game after you win. It's they probably just are happy they got their 1,000 gems. I mean, honestly, I'd be happy with 1,000 gems too. So, and there you have it, folks. An unfortunate loss here, unfortunate defeat. You know, looking back at this deck, you know what? It was really weird. We started out with a Lassoed by the Law, which I'm very happy with. We got back-to-back or 2 Ruthless Lawbringers very early, and that kind of... And then we also took a Trained Airings, right? So when you start with double Lawbringer, Trained Airings, and Lassoed by the Law, you're like, all right, we're kind of doing it. It looks like an awesome start. But then what happened? Well, it just quickly dried up after that. So it's kind of like my seat... The player to my right, possibly the player to the right of that, was maybe not in white or black, but then everybody else behind them, there was just a lot of competition, and we just didn't quite get, for example, a lot of the powerful uncommons beyond that on the wheel. Because, I mean, we started out with that, and then we just didn't end up with, I mean, look at our deck. I mean, the vast majority of our cards are common, right? And so I'm going to have to look back at the logs to see where exactly it was that I needed to be. I feel like this still probably gives us a better chance than your average blue-white deck. Like, the other color that seemed like it's something that I could have gone into was blue. Maybe there was a black-red deck that was available. Again, there was a late pack that had a prickly pear in it, and I chose not to take it. So that's something that I have to look back on. But given our start, I think it was just tough to kind of move away from what we had. But I mean, look, we have premium removal. It's just our creatures were not very good. And that's kind of the issue that I noticed in Black-White is you have all you have access to the best removal. You have these Lawbringers, but look, my creatures are all just kind of like 2/2s, right? And so it's hard to kind of get the final few points of damage. But this could also be results-oriented thinking because we did so poorly. Starting out 1-0, then going 0-3, obviously is very disappointing and unfortunate. I was really hoping to put some dollar bills into my bank account, but unfortunately, you can't get there every time. But you know what that means? We're still going to grind away and still try to hit rank 1. Ekin, we're coming for you once again. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Feel free to hit the like or subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed the content and wanted to support the channel in another way, I have a Patreon. The link to the Patreon is in the description below. Shout out once again to all the current patrons. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you Maybe with the trophy, it's gonna mean less than this one, but hopefully we can get a trophy in tomorrow's video. Thanks for watching. Once again, I'll see you tomorrow.